And we have Wildcats basketball. The boys about to take on Liberty-Eylau this evening. And what we're expecting to be a very, very competitive game. Sulphur Springs comes into this game 2-1. Liberty-Eylau is 4-0. Now Liberty-Eylau is a 3A team. Of course, Sulphur Springs is 4A. But Liberty-Eylau has some very impressive wins in the early going here against Marshall. 52-44. Marshall is 5A or 6A. I can't recall right now. They beat North Lamar 70-58. Athens 75-68. And they beat Nacogdoches 65-49. None of those games are very close. So very impressive start here for Liberty-Eylau. Now their football team is still in the playoffs. And so I have to think that they have some players that are not going to be with them tonight who would be some of their top players. So that is even more impressive if that is the case. But they are warming up in front of us here. They are a very tall and athletic looking team, the Liberty-Eylau Leopards. Wildcats are 2-1. Sulphur Springs opened the season with a 66-49 win over Canton. They lost to the Greenville Lions 56-46, and they beat Van 52-45, which was a sweet victory for Sulphur Springs because Van knocked the Wildcats out of the playoffs last season 49-38 in a by-district game. Wildcats have a new head coach this year, Tyler Mitchum. He takes the place of Cannon Earp, who only coached here the 1 year. Last season, 16-18, the Wildcats. And Cannon Earp then took the job of head girls basketball coach in China Spring, down in the San Antonio area. And then Tyler Mitchum came in during the offseason as the head coach of the Wildcats. Coach Mitchum, I'm reading now his biography, is beginning his first year at Sulphur Springs, an 11th year as a high school teacher and coach. He graduated high school in Newton, Kansas in 2009 before going on to earn his associate degree at Heston College, his bachelor's at West Texas A&M, and master's degree at the University of Texas at Arlington. While at Heston College, he played basketball and earned the honor of being an academic All-American. Prior to coming to Sulphur Springs, Coach Mitchum made stops at Pollock Central, McKinney North, Crandall, Hebron, and Tascosa High School. And in addition to coaching and teaching, Coach Mitchum is married to his wife Danielle, and they have 2 children, Logan 4 and Maverick 1. So welcome to Tyler Mitchum, and had a chance to visit with him early this afternoon or early this evening before the girls' game, and he is a very engaging guy indeed. So we're going to look forward to working with him. Just about to have the player introductions, I believe, here, and we'll try to go along with those as best we can for Liberty-Eylau. Most of the Wildcats we're familiar with. We are broadcasting this game from the baseline to the right of the Sulphur Springs bench, so our vantage point has not been terrific. Now, one reason we're doing that is to accommodate our broadcaster, Tony Flippin, who had the knee replacement surgery here recently and is going to have trouble climbing the bleachers for some time. The normal broadcast position is at a table over on the far side at the top of the stands. So we're going to, for the time being, try to broadcast these games to allow Tony to take part by setting up on the baseline. But that does limit our ability to see some of the action that has taken place. Tony was able to participate in some of the broadcast of the Lady Cats game here this evening, and then had a prior engagement, and I think that was a birthday party for one of his kids, and we're hoping to have him back in here sometime tonight before the game between the Wildcats and Liberty-Eylau is over. So starting for the Wildcats this evening, Carter Arrington gets a start tonight for Sulphur Springs, coming back from last season's team. Corbin Argenbright is a starter. Brady Geisland for Sulphur Springs. Luke Womack And there's one other, and I'm not sure that we picked up the other starter for the Wildcats, but we'll know very shortly. So Sulphur Springs in its white home uniforms. Did we say Brady Geisland? Maybe we didn't say Brady. Wildcats in their white home uniforms with gold numbers outlined in blue. Liberty-Eilau's colors are red and black. They have black jerseys and pants with white and black stripes down the side of the jersey and the shorts, white numerals. The Liberty-Eylau Leopards. And center jump, and it is controlled by Liberty-Eylau. Moving left to right on the floor here at the Wildcat gym. Liberty-Eylau working in the front court and knifing inside with a basket there for Liberty-Eylau is Zabrian Cooper to put Liberty-Eylau up 2-0 with 7:38 left to go in the first quarter. Full court pressure against the Wildcats and throwing it away. Mac Rollison for Sulphur Springs tried to make a baseball pass down the floor. But as it turns out, that was off one of the Leopards, and Wildcats will keep the basketball. They inbound from the corner on the near side. Mac Rollison outside, drives down the baseline, gets a pass into the corner, and the shot is missed by Corbin Argenbright, and here's another shot off the iron, no good. And one of the Wildcats shoving off inside there, attempting to go for the rebound, and I think that was Brady Geisland. Have to just pick up the officials' hand signals as best we can, and I believe that was Geisland with the foul for Sulphur Springs. 2-0, Liberty-Eylau just underway. Leopards on offense in the front court, and here's a shot from outside the three-point arc. Off the iron, no good, and it is off the hands of Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats will inbound in the backcourt. Full court pressure here by Liberty-Eylau. Carter Arrington gets it across the midcourt line for Sulphur Springs. Bounce pass over to Mac Rollison. Rollison with a spin, driving, a runner, no good, off the iron. Long rebound comes out to Carter Arrington. Ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to belong to Sulphur Springs on the baseline. Wildcats down 2-0. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Arrington inbounds, and ball's off the hands of one of the Wildcats, and that was Brady Geisland. And here come the Liberty-Eylau Leopards up the floor, and Tyrone Harris nails one from three-point territory. Tyrese Harris to make it 5-0. Liberty-Eylau on top. 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats in the front court working the basketball. Carter Arrington, left-hand dribble around the key. Up with a shot, won't go down. Rebound goes to Zabrian Cooper for Liberty-Eylau. He dishes now off to Devin Hall Clark, and Clark with a one-hander off the glass, good, to make it 7-0 Liberty-Eylau. Timeout Sulphur Springs with 5:38 to go first quarter. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Back to play. Wildcats with the basketball in the front court, trailing 7-0. And a shot from the baseline off the iron won't fall. And here comes Liberty-Eylau back up the floor, and there's a blocking call against Sulphur Springs. Shot was missed in the Sulphur Springs front court by Corbin Argenbright. Mac Rollison with the foul now, and that will be his first foul. Inbounds play for Liberty-Eylau. Violation of some kind here against Sulphur Springs, and it's inbounds play for Liberty-Eylau on the baseline in front of us. 7-0, Liberty-Eylau leading. 5:17 left to go first period. Knifing inside with the basket off the glass. That is Devin Hall-Clark, his second basket, and it's 9-0 Liberty-Eylau. Full court pressure in the backcourt. Carter Arrington working the ball across for Sulphur Springs. Finally gets it into the front court. Over on the far side, into the corner. Now back to Arrington. Now in the corner. And a shot missed, no good by Rollison. And Liberty-Eylau with the rebound. Baseball pass down the floor. Dished off now, and a takeaway for the Wildcats. Back down the floor they go. Mac Rollinson spins off the glass, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Whistles. Foul against Sulphur Springs. I think this is Carter Arrington who draws the foul. Wildcat senior guard. It's an inbounds play for Liberty-Eylau over on the far side. And Zabrian Cooper gets it in. And we're going to have the inbounds play again. Not sure what that was about, but inbounds play is repeated, and it goes to Anthony Marshall, just as it did before. Marshall driving inside, whips it back outside, and the shot by Caden Proctor, no good. Loose ball on the floor, and it's a long rebound to Liberty-Eylau, leading 9-0. Whipping inside the pass, and now Devin Hall-Clark with his third field goal of the first quarter, and it is 11-0 Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats don't have an answer right now on defense. Arrington, three-pointer for Sulphur Springs off the back iron, no good. And the Wildcats here with another shot from outside, bounces around, no good. And here comes Liberty-Eylau back up the floor. Three-pointer attempted off the back iron, no good. And Carter Arrington gets the rebound for Sulphur Springs. And driving inside with the basket here, the first basket of the night for the Wildcats, and this is James Johnson, the sophomore for the Wildcats. Wildcat football player as well as a basketball player. Here's the ball out of bounds on Liberty-Eylau. 11-2, Sulphur Springs trailing. Wildcats get the ball in. James Johnson working in the backcourt. Johnson, who just scored a field goal moments ago. Carter Arrington. Bounce pass down low. Back outside it goes to Mac Rollinson. Now Arrington makes a three-pointer. Carter Arrington for three. Looks a lot better now, 11-5. The Wildcats down by 6. From the corner, a three-pointer for Tyrese Harris, his second of the first quarter, the 6'2 senior, and it's good, 14-5. Liberty-Eylau leads with 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats into the front court. 2-3 zone for Liberty-Eylau. James Johnson making a move from left to right, and he was fouled. Could not pick up who committed the foul there for Liberty-Eylau. It'll be an inbounds play for Sulphur Springs on the sideline to our left. James Johnson to Mac Rollinson. And Rollinson in the backcourt comes back across the midcourt line. Great feed underneath. And the shot won't go, but the follow-up shot is good for Sulphur Springs. And this is Brady Giesland for the Wildcats. And he was also fouled in the act of shooting. 14-7 now. Sulphur Springs down by 7, but Giesland with a chance for a three-point play here. 66% free throw shooter is Brady Giesland. He's averaging 7 points a game for the Wildcats. Tony Flippin about to rejoin us here. Makes the shot, does Brady Giesland. 14-8. At one point, Liberty-Eylau led this game by a score of 11-0. And Tony Flippin has rejoined us.
Yeah, I'm so slow. They scored 11 points while I walked around the gym.
14-8 now. I'm glad you're back because it's not easy picking up the fouls here on the floor.
I'll be the spot in the numbers. You can talk. Just glad to be back.
Foul was called against Sulphur Springs. And it's an inbounds play on the baseline for Liberty-Eylau. Batted away by the Wildcats with an athletic play there as it's bounced off the back of a Liberty-Eylau Leopard.
15.
I think that was Brady Giesland who made that terrific play there for Sulphur Springs.
15 or 13.
Yeah, off the back of Devin Hall Clark. Wildcats down 14-8 after spotting Liberty-Eylau an 11-0 lead. Now the Wildcats working in the front court. Arrington waiting for Mac Rollinson to come along and gets it to Rollinson with a jumper from 15 feet off the iron, no good, but the Wildcats get the offensive board. And now ball is loose and picked up by Rollinson again. 1:19 to go in the quarter. And James Johnson trying to go in the corner to Carter Arrington. A little too much zip on that one. It goes over the sideline out of bounds.
Threw him a curveball and it went a little outside.
Luke Womack in the game for Sulphur Springs, the big setter. So the Wildcats, let's see, that's Carter Arrington, James Johnson, Mac Rollinson, Noah Perez, and Luke Womack. Liberty-Eylau in the front court. Three-pointer no good, and Womack the rebound for Sulphur Springs. 14-8, 6-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats in the front court. Carter Arrington knifes inside, tries to get a runner to go, and I think the ball was partially blocked there. Liberty-Eylau back down the floor, and driving the baseline for the Leopards is Zabrian Cooper, and he was fouled.
Number 12 on the foul. Tried to set up for the charge and just didn't quite get set.
Mac Rollinson, that is, for Sulphur Springs. Wildcat point guard. Led the team in scoring last year with 14 points a game, 14-8. Now there are 5 fouls against the Wildcats here in the first quarter, so we go to the bonus. And it is the 2-shot bonus.
Real good activity by the Wildcats on both ends so far, what I see.
First shot is good by Zabrian Cooper. That's the first free throw attempted tonight by Liberty-Eylau. Second shot coming. Cooper has 3 points, 15-8. Second shot also good.
Did you see that they're putting the player and the foul on the scoreboard?
Oh, good. I am glad.
I just noticed that. We'll see whether or not they're active with it. That'll help us big time.
I don't think they've been doing it until now, but that is good news.
I just happened to look up there.
Inbounds play. Wildcats coming back up the floor, 16-8. 8-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Across the midcourt line. Noah Perez on the drive for Sulphur Springs. Now driving down the baseline, Arrington tries to get a pass to James Johnson, taken away by Liberty-Eylau. Back down the floor in a hurry. And Zabrian Cooper over to Sean Hall, who drives in for the layup. Sean Hall, his first basket. 18-8, that lead back out to 10. Biggest lead has been 11 for Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats work it down low for Luke Womack, and he lays it off the glass for 2. And that's the end of the first quarter. 18-10.
A lot of action.
Liberty-Eylau on top by 8. This is Wildcats football, or Wildcats basketball on KSST.
Got a transition.
Lady Cats won the first game here tonight, 45-26 over Brook Hill out of Bullard at private school. Very impressive showing by the Lady Cats.
Good. I didn't hear that final, but I that doesn't shock me the way it was going for the first half.
And Brook Hill got out to a 4-0 lead in that game.
And we still had two starters out.
Well, really three, because Rainey Johnson didn't play at all for some reason tonight. I don't know what that was.
She had ice on her hip.
Was it? Okay, well, she was dressed out. But.
Yes, she started, but I think maybe she took a bum.
So the Wildcats now with the ball as we start the second quarter, trailing 18-10. Don't feel that you have to stand up there, Tony.
No, I can't get comfortable, so I'm going to be up and down.
Tony, as a lot of you know, recently had knee surgery. She's now getting back into the swing of things. Here is a shot by Noah Perez, too hard off the iron from the corner and on the near side. And a follow-up shot here is good for Sulphur Springs. And that is Corbin Argenbright with the basket.
He fought for that one. He stayed under it, and he had to get it after about 3 jumps.
Made the shot from about 6 feet. Now right back down the floor for Liberty-Eylau. That's Tyrese Harris with a banker off the glass from about 8 feet out. A runner, 20-12, 8-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Driving down the baseline for Sulphur Springs and losing the ball there is Argenbright. Back down the floor for Liberty-Eylau, and the shot good by Zabrian Cooper. 22-12, the lead back to 10 points, and a takeaway for Liberty-Eylau. They are very quick.
Liberty-Eylau is very quick and premium for ball handling for the Wildcats.
Back down the floor, a missed shot by Zabrian Cooper. James Johnson got the rebound for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats down the floor and driving inside with the basket for Sulphur Springs. That is Luke Womack.
That's the way the big man's supposed to get the ball, is travel. Number 2 for them with a 3.
Womack scores to make it 23-14. They come back right down the floor and get another bucket to make it 25-14 with 6:20 to go in the first half. And timeout on the floor. Wildcats football, or Wildcats basketball at KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST, and Liberty-Eylau has had the better of it so far, 25-14. The Leopards are 4-0 so far this season with wins over Marshall, North Lamar, Athens, and Nacogdoches. And Liberty-Eylau, a 3A team. All of those are at least 4A schools.
Yeah. They're always, this is a classic Liberty-Eylau team. Looks like everybody's a point guard, so this is a ball-handling ball game. They put a lot of pressure, and they work off the turnovers.
Inbounds play for Sulphur Springs, and now Liberty-Eylau takes it away. And a shot up and no good. And batted around, and finally coming out of there with the rebound for the Wildcats. I believe that's Gio Ibarra who's coming over from the football team, or is that's Carter Arrington?
Yeah, he got that rebound.
Sulphur Springs on offense in the front court. Making a move to the inside is Arrington. Foul called against Liberty-Eylau. Waiting to see if that goes up on the board. It goes. 2. Yeah, and that is Caden Proctor who draws the foul. That is his first foul. Wildcats inbound it, trailing 25-14. Mac Rollinson misses from outside the three-point arc, and a long rebound for Sulphur Springs. And that goes to Carter Arrington. In the corner on the near side, driving inside is Argenbright. And now Carter Arrington working inside and gets it to fall.
Good job of good patience, moving it left to right and found an opening and drove in.
25-16, and the Wildcats take it away. And on the steal, it's Argenbright. Argenbright back down the floor with a layup, turning his back to the defender to shield the shot. And a foul now against Liberty-Eylau.
Shooting foul. We'll see who they got that on. I was blocked out by the water bucket. Number 1.
Tyrese Harris draws the foul. That's his first.
That was a good job of getting their hands in the passing lanes down here, and we created the kind of turnover they've been going at. Missed that first one.
I believe this is Brady Geisland for Sulphur Springs.
34, 34,
yep.
30. No, it's 24.
Yeah, it is 24. Those are goal numbers.
Yep.
A little bit hard to read. from a distance for us old guys. 25-17, an 8-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Head coach Tyler Mitchum standing up here in front of us, and
12.
Basket for Liberty-Eylau here driving inside. It was Zabrian Cooper. And again, Liberty-Eylau taking away the ball and scoring for Liberty-Eylau.
No, our foul is on 4, shooting foul. We got caught lazy on transition trying to go down. You've got to be crisp and you got to grab it.
27-17 now, and a chance for a 3-point play here.
No, there wasn't a shot. There's 2.
I misunderstood that. I was looking down and misunderstood.
No score there, just a foul.
So Sean Hall, Zabrian Cooper misses the first shot. 27-17, 10-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Makes the second shot. And he has 11 points in the game, Zabrian Cooper. 28-17, 11-point lead. This equals, I believe, their biggest of the game. Taken away by Liberty-Eylau, back down the floor. This is Tyrese Harris, who lays it in for the bucket, and it is 30-17, now a 13-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Full court pressure in the backcourt. Carter Arrington to Mac Rollinson, taken away near midcourt by Zabrian Cooper from way outside, and it is off the iron, no good, but the follow-up shot here just tipped in by Zabrian Cooper. Another bucket for him, 32-17, 15-point lead taken away again as the Wildcats come back up the floor.
Got to get a timeout.
Tyrese Harris with the basket on the layup, 34-17, a 17-point lead by Liberty-Eylau. 4 minutes to go in the first half. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST, and a great run here by Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats had cut that lead down to, 8?
Yeah.
At one point, and now it's back out to 17 points.
Well, we went about 3 series without getting the ball about across half court, and
right.
That's Liberty-Eilau's game, is trap and go.
Mac Rollinson will inbound on the baseline for Sulphur Springs. Gets it into Carter Arrington. He is double-teamed. Back to Rollinson. Rollinson gets it across the midcourt line. Bounce pass back to Arrington. Back to Rollinson. Rollinson outside the circle, makes the move, drives inside, and leaves his feet in. He is fouled.
15 on the foul, I believe. Yep.
That is Teriyante King, senior, and that's his first. Shot is no good, off the iron by Mac Rollinson, who has yet to score tonight. That's surprising for him. He's a 62% free throw shooter. The senior, second shot, in and out, no good, missed both shots. 34-17, Liberty-Eylau with 3:42 to go first half.
Getting their early legs under us.
Knifing inside and dishing it off is Tyrese Harris to Teriyante King with the banker off the glass to make it 36-17, a 19-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats across the midcourt line. Rollinson over on the far side, double-teamed.
Got a foul to bail out of travel. Number 11, I believe. The man on the ball was fixing to call a travel.
That would be Sean King. Sean Hall, it is. 36-17, Wildcats get it in. Loose ball underneath. Luke Womack picks up the loose ball and a reverse layup there, but would not fall down as Womack with his back to the basket did a pretty good job of getting it up there and had a chance. But
good action, just couldn't quite get it to fall.
36-17, 3:09 left to go. Here in the first half, Liberty-Eylau very impressive. Driving to the baseline and kicking it back outside, and the shot no good for the Leopards, and taken by Carter Arrington at the free throw line on the rebound. Arrington double teamed at midcourt. They are aggressive on that full court pressure.
They're going everywhere.
Arrington over to James Johnson, now in the corner, and the shot is blocked. And on the shot for the Wildcats, that was Brady Geisland. And now coming back down the floor, we have a foul on Sulphur Springs.
We've got to realize whether or not we're going to try to run with LE, and right now I don't think we should. LE is going to run every second they can.
Foul on Maddox Cameron of Sulphur Springs into the ball game for the first time. That's his first foul. Wildcats have 2 fouls in the quarter. Liberty-Eylau has 4, and there's another foul.
Number 3 again, still on number 4. Tried to tip it out and get a snowbird. Didn't quite get it. Good hustle.
Maddox Cameron aggressively going for the steal there. And banged into the shoulder of the Liberty-Eylau player. So they will inbound on the baseline near midcourt, near side of the court. 36-17, Liberty-Eylau. 19-point lead. Their biggest of the night. And a shot from outside, in and out by Tyrese Harris. Luke Womack getting the rebound for Sulphur Springs and a foul.
5th foul on 15.
And that would be...
he's the tallest drink of water they got, so we like that.
There is a 15, but I do not have... Yes, I do. Teriyante King.
Yeah,
that's his second.
I thought we had it.
Yeah. Teriyante King.
He's not your average LE-er. He looks to be about 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah. They've got some tall, lanky, lean kids.
Yeah. Usually they're 5'10" to 6 foot and extremely fast.
Yeah. Luke Womack makes the first free throw here as Wildcats now in the bonus.
Yep.
Liberty-Eylau with 5 fouls in the quarter. Second shot in and out. Womack has 5 points in the game. 36-18. 18-point lead. And driving to the basket, it is Zabrian Cooper. He can't make the shot go down. Wildcats come up with it, back down the floor. This is James Johnson on the left-hand dribble. Nice pass underneath. And the basket for Sulphur Springs.
Nice. That was end to end. He worked it through it and went up strong.
Brady Geisland with the left hand off the glass there, but a great feed by James Johnson. 36-20, 16-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. And here's a shot from outside. No good. Rebound by Carter Arrington for the Wildcats to James Johnson. Johnson again, a great pass underneath for Geisland. And Geisland off the right side of the basket.
We've started getting a little spacing on our offensive push, and it's showing. Now they got a foul out front on number 5. That'll be just our 4th, but from here on out for the last minute 32, everybody's in the foul shooting.
James Johnson the foul for Sulphur Springs. 8 points now for Geisland. 36-22. The lead is 14 for Liberty-Eylau. Shot missed, loose ball on the floor. They chase it down. Foul called.
I think it's just a ball out.
Is it? Okay, he didn't close his fist, did he?
Yeah,
ball out of bounds.
Ball out. Good hustle by the Cats. They've made a pretty good comeback here.
Trailed by as many as 19 points. I don't think it's ever been to 20.
That's where I thought it was. I don't know if he stepped on him over and back or not, but we were pressuring him a little, so that's a good break.
There's a turnover against Zabrian Cooper at midcourt for Liberty-Eylau. Carter Arrington gets it in for Sulphur Springs over on the far side. 1:10 to go in the half. James Johnson, Wildcat football player, now on the basketball court, brings it across the midcourt line. Here's a foul.
Foul on 12, reaching from behind. That's a good thing. 2 more, 5. We get a chance to catch up with the clock still. That's a pretty good job.
Zabrian Cooper, I have that as his first foul. No, it's his second foul on Zabrian Cooper. And at the line, Carter Arrington for Sulphur Springs misses the first shot.
Yeah, both of us got to work on free throws early in the season.
He has 5 points in the game. The Wildcat senior. That is the first free throw he has missed this season, however.
Really?
He is now 13 of 14. He makes the second. 36 of 23, or 36 to 23.
Number 5 tried to steal with 55 seconds left. We just need to have good pressure and make them work the ball. Let's don't worry about stealing.
That's the sophomore James Johnson, and he's being counseled probably on that very point right now by head coach Tyler Mitchell. 36-23, 13-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Again, the bonus situation in effect. 2 shots on the bonus now in Texas high school basketball. The first shot by Tyrese Harris is no good. He has 6, 8, 10, 12 points in the game. Second shot good.
That's kind of what they've been doing, is 1 out of 2.
37-23. It's a 14-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Under a minute to go. Great feed to Luke Womack. And Womack with a tomahawk jam coming in from the right side. Wow. And the follow-up down the floor here for Liberty-Eylau is a basket off the glass by Teriyante King. Who had that feed? Did you catch that?
I couldn't see the feed.
But what a slam there by Luke Womack. 39-25, 26 seconds to go. Wildcats down the floor. Arrington misses the basket. Luke Womack got the rebound. He missed. And now another rebound for Sulphur Springs. I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
ball laid up
layup
softly and hung there in the corner of the rim against the backboard.
Good action by both teams right now. It's early in the year, but y'all check your schedules. They need to be more people in the gym right now. This is exciting.
A 14-point lead by Liberty-Eylau, but they have led by as many as 19. Now 10 seconds to go in the first half. Liberty-Eylau got out to an 11-0 lead in the game. Here's a shot from outside the three-point arc is good by
number 3.
Devoriante Jackson. His first shot of the night. 5'9" junior makes it good from 3 points, and it's a 42-25 lead for Liberty-Eylau at halftime. Wildcats basketball will continue after this on KSST. Wildcats trailing at halftime 42-25 to a very good Liberty-Eylau team. Coming in here with a 4-0 record. Sulphur Springs 2-1 in the early going. Liberty-Eylau got out to an 11-0 lead in this game. It was, however, 18-10 at the end of the first quarter as the Wildcats got their feet under them somewhat. And now 42-25 at halftime, which is what, a 17-point lead?
17.
And that's not quite as bad as the 19-point lead that Liberty-Eylau had at one point, but that was the biggest lead at 19.
Well, that 3 at the buzzer really made it look. We'd have looked a lot better at 14 before that one hit, so that was just luck of the draw for us this time.
Scoring for the Wildcats unofficially as we have it, Carter Arrington has 6. James Johnson has 2. Corbin Argenbright has 2. Brady Geeson has 8. Luke Womack has 7 with a spectacular tomahawk dunk there late in the first half.
Play.
And somebody, and it was happening so fast I didn't catch it, but somebody gave him a great feed there.
It was another one of those matter of spacing, and he didn't have to put the ball on the ground.
Might have been Carter Arrington or James Johnson. And then for Liberty-Eylau, again, this is unofficial. Tyrese Harris, 3, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 points in the first half. They've got a lot of guys who've scored. Caden Proctor has 2. Devoriante Jackson is the young man that made that 3 at the very end of the half. It's his only points. Sean Hall has 2. Zabrian Cooper has 13. Devin Hall Clark has 6. Teriyante King has 4. So that should add up to 42. So check me on that. But Zabrian Cooper with 13 leads them, and then also Tyrese Harris with 13 points for Liberty-Eylau.
A lot of layups is what I got to say. They live and die by transition. They can hit the 3 and hit the mid-range jumper, but I would say out of the 42, I'm going to say close to 30 of them are in at the bucket.
Absolutely. Exactly right. Wildcats playing in the Edgewood tournament starting on Thursday. They play Quinlan Ford at 3:40 Thursday afternoon, then Kemp at 6:20 on Friday. They play Scurry-Rosser at 11:40 in the morning, and they play Lone Oak at 5. I don't understand how the tournaments work now where you have games pre-scheduled against particular teams. It's a round-robin.
Just open round is what it is. But this week and next week, if you were an official, you could make some money, but you better be able to run. But there's tournaments everywhere in the area for the next 2 weeks, both boys and girls. And if you like basketball, you can get your fill.
So the Wildcats at Edgewood this weekend, and the Lady Cats playing in the Winsboro tournament, and this is a more traditional type of a format. They play Natchez at 3:40 Thursday, and then their other opponents are yet to be determined. But Sulphur Springs Wildcats 2-1 so far here in the early going. They beat Canton 66-49. They lost to Greenville 56-46, and they beat Van 52-45, which was a satisfying win because Van knocked them out in the by-district game last year, 49-38. And
only caveat to that one is Van's still playing football. They won this weekend, and I would say that they've got a lot of people that's coming later. So
you could be right about that, but then we might say the same thing about Liberty-Eylau here. That hasn't slowed them down here in the first half at all. Lady Cats won the early game here tonight, which we also broadcast, and the final score there was 45-26. As the Lady Cats just dominated Brook Hill, and I was very surprised by that, Tony, because
I figured from watching them warm up, I thought Brook Hill would be that way, but we did a real good job of being aggressive without fouling, and when we got the little bit of a break, it was almost like we turned the light switch on and said we can keep this gap and go.
And the Lady Cats were without 2 senior starters, Cody Rowland and Trinity Jefferson, and I don't know if Rainey Johnson played at all.
She played a little.
Did she?
Yeah, she played maybe in a little bit of the first quarter, and then I saw her coming back in from the locker room, and she had ice on her hip.
Okay.
So she must have either fell or tweaked her hip a little bit.
Well, she was in uniform, but so the point being that Sulphur Springs didn't have all their big guns here tonight, and still won.
3 real big ones and still won like that. That's encouraging.
So we have a couple of minutes yet before we go to the second half, and we will let James Terry do his magic from the KSST studios. We'll be back with the second half, and Wildcats basketball continues after this on KSST. Wildcats basketball on KSST. Liberty-Eylau 42, Sulphur Springs 25, starting the second half here. And the Wildcats will be moving left to right. They'll be shooting in front of us as we are broadcasting from the floor just to the right of the Wildcat bench. In fact, we have head coach Tyler Mitchum standing up in front of us right now. Tyler Rollison knifing inside, had the shot blocked, trying to scoop it up. And blocking that shot for Liberty-Eylau was Devin Hall Clark. It's an inbound play on the baseline for Sulphur Springs. Carter Arrington will get it in. Arrington gets it into Geeslin, and it is taken away for Liberty-Eylau, and the break down the floor, but the shot missed, and the offensive rebound picked up by Liberty-Eylau. It was Tyrese Harris who took it away.
12 on the foul.
Anthony Marshall then picked it up. It's Mac Rollinson on the
third
foul, and that is his third foul.
That's not good this early.
Senior leader for Sulphur Springs. And the shot here by Anthony Marshall. First points of the night for Marshall.
Going to have to bring Rollinson out. He can't afford to get that 4th foul this early.
Second shot coming here for Anthony Marshall. Rollinson coming over for a conference with head coach Tyler Mitchum. Makes the second shot, 44-25. This equals the biggest lead for Liberty-Eylau. And working across the midcourt line, Carter Arrington for Sulphur Springs. 44-25, Liberty-Eylau. Bounce pass for Luke Womack. Lost the ball, but Arrington picked it back up. Geeslin driving down the baseline, and there's a blocking call against Liberty-Eylau.
Number 2.
And this is Caden Proctor. It'll be his second foul.
That's a good job of attacking the basket there, because we've had 2 or 3 tipped in the lane. These hands are just so quick from Liberty-Eylau. You've got to really know what you're doing with your pass.
Shot on the way and no good. This is Corbin Argenbright for Sulphur Springs. Misses that first shot. Second shot is good. Gives him 3 points in the ball game. 44-26, the Leopards, with 7:06 to go in the third quarter. Liberty-Eylau into the front court, moving from our right to our left. And the ball hits Luke Womack in the hands. I'm not sure where.
Yeah, that didn't look like that much of it. Number 5, third foul there. So fouls are stacking up a little bit already. This is too early in the half.
That's James Johnson drawing the foul for Sulphur Springs. Looks like Gio Ibarra about to come into the ball game, a familiar name on the Wildcat football team. Here's a missed shot and the rebound by Luke Womack. That is Giesland for Sulphur Springs with the rebound. Brady Giesland. James Johnson in the corner, and Johnson up for 3, off the iron, no good, and Luke Womack could not control the rebound, and back down the floor goes Liberty-Eylau, and missing his shot is Zabrian Cooper, but Womack getting the rebound. Wildcats back down the floor, one is good, and that is Carter Arrington, and he is fouled.
I think number 1 got the foul. That's a great job of driving to the basket. LE coach is still complaining because he wanted the foul on the other end and didn't get it. So
Carter Arrington now with 8 points in the game. What a great move to the basket that was.
There
and he makes the free throw here.
Capitalize on that 3-point play. That's a great job.
The foul on Tyrese Harris, his second. 44-29, a 15-point lead. 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Leopards on offense in the front court. Shot from outside is good. Tyrese Harris gives him 16 points in the game.
But we had him facing it outside, so that was good.
47-29, a great job feeding the ball to Luke Womack by Arrington.
He made that play because he made him come to him.
Womack now with 9 points in the game, but a great feed by Arrington. 47-31, 16-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Here's a basket off offensive rebound by Tyrese Harris, and that gives him 18 points in the game. Womack back down the floor for Sulphur Springs with a layup for the basket, and he has 11 points, 49-33. And the shot from the corner for Liberty-Eylau is good. And this is Anthony Marshall.
They're playing free and loose with the lead.
19-point lead, 52-33. Arrington driving to the baseline, loses the handle on the basketball there, and we have a foul against the Wildcats, and it goes against Carter Arrington.
Yep, he was a little frustrated because he had a good dish going on, but they just got their hands on it, and he tried to steal it before they could come back. 52-33, 19-point lead for Liberty-Eylau, third time in the game. Leopards working the ball in the front court. Three-pointer, in and out by Tyrese Harris, and Womack the rebound for Sulphur Springs. Gets it out to, is that Gio Ibarra? I think it is, maybe.
Bounce pass right into our table here.
I hope it was tipped, but I don't think it was.
Yeah, Ibarra trying to go to Brady Giesland, but missed the mark. So 52-33, the lead for Liberty-Eylau with 4:35 to go third quarter. 19-point lead. Get it into the high post, kick it back outside. Shot from the corner, no good. Rebound Womack for Sulphur Springs. Here come the Wildcats up the floor. Noah Perez on the near side. Wildcats working the ball, and a loose ball on the floor, picked up by Liberty-Eylau, and taken away here by Noah Perez for Sulphur Springs.
Ibarra thought he was still in football. He was catching up with that receiver. He caused the missed shot.
Wildcats back down the floor, and here's a three-pointer for Sulphur Springs.
45.
So that was Brady Giesland. And that gives him 11 points in the ball game. 52-36. Timeout on the floor. 3:53 to go in the third quarter. Wildcats football and Wildcats basketball on KSST. Liberty-Eylau up 52-36. It's a 16-point lead.
We're chipping at it, but they still, every time we get a little mini run going, we get a turnover and give up an easy bucket, or they hit a three. So we've got to play almost perfect the rest of the night. This is a really good non-district game to have. This is not one of these pushovers where you got your one-loss record in good shape. They're working and learning. And I like our new coach. Every time somebody coming out, he's getting with them and he's talking to them.
Referring to Tyler Mitchum.
Yeah, I haven't even known his name yet. So I'm behind.
First-year head coach of the Wildcats. 52-36, Liberty-Eylau. 16-point lead. They have the ball in the front court. Missed shot, long rebound, and driving down the baseline and missing the shot, Zabry and Cooper. Here come the Wildcats on the run.
Got that rebound.
Knifing down the baseline with the basket.
24.
And that is Corbin Argenbright. Great move by Argenbright.
He took it to the hole.
14-point lead, 52-38 for Liberty-Eylau. Missed shot, offensive rebound, work it down low, and banker off the glass. Athletic move there for Liberty-Eylau by Devin Hall Clark.
45 on the foul. Got a push in the back, but he had position. He was going to score anyway. We just thought we'd try and get away with it.
It's Noah Perez with his first foul. And at the line with a chance for the three-point play, Zabry and Cooper. Makes the shot. And it is 55-38 with the lead, the Liberty-Eylau Leopards. And they take it away. Here's the Wildcats come up the floor and cross midcourt.
45 on that one too, I believe. Had a little lackadaisical with the ball handling out here at midcourt, and LE took advantage of it.
Noah Perez, his second foul, and that is 5 fouls now against the Wildcats in the quarter, so Liberty-Eylau goes to the bonus under the relatively new high school rules. Sean Hall at the line for the Leopards, and the shot twice on the rim and no good. Hall has 2 points in the game. 6-foot freshman.
Sometimes that foul rule can help you because they've been scoring pretty regularly. You miss a couple of free throws here, and all of a sudden they get to thinking that one's off. So if we get the rebound, we're good.
Good point. Rebound Wildcats on the missed free throw, and here we come up the floor. Man-to-man full court pressure in the backcourt. Gio Ibarra in the ball game for Sulphur Springs has the ball taken away. Now Ibarra aggressively going back after the ball. And a whistle.
Foul on Gio. He's been trapped up here in this corner the last 2 possessions, and he may not be used to this speed. He's got to get rid of the ball instead of just holding.
17-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Again, the full court pressure in the backcourt. And the Wildcats beat it, get it across the midcourt line. Perez trying to get a pass underneath there to Brady Giesland, but knocked out of bounds, and the Wildcats will have it on the baseline underneath the Sulphur Springs basket. Gio Ibarra. Wildcat cornerback in football and punt returner gets it in. Wildcats whip it around the perimeter. And now a great pass to Brady Giesland, missed, and the offensive board, Giesland gets the rebound, back up, and this time he is fouled.
That's a good fight right there, 2-man job. Number 12 stayed in there, but both of those guys were fighting hard. They got about 3 rebounds, and they were determined to take it in.
Giesland has 11 points in the game, the senior, 66% free throw shooter. On the way, the shot, and rims out, no good.
Seems like everybody's going 1 for 2 when on the free throws, so it's early. Get that mechanics down.
Second shot is good. So Giesland now 12 points. He's been averaging 7 points a game for the Wildcats. 55-39. The lead is 16 with 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Liberty-Eylau working the ball in the front court. Out between the circles. This is Deverante Jackson. Cross-court pass into the corner on the near side. And cutting in and taking the pass is Tyrese Harris. And a backdoor cut here, and the layup shot will not go down by Deverante Jackson. And he takes it away, Jackson. And the shot put up in and out by Tyrese Harris for Liberty-Eylau. Out of bounds off the Wildcats. Inbounds play on the baseline for the Leopards. 65-39, 16-point lead. Biggest lead has been 19 several times. And there's a 21-point lead, make it a 22-point lead as
number 1.
Shot is by Tyrese Harris, three-pointer from the corner. Wildcats having a hard time getting it across the midcourt line, 58-39. And the shot off the iron, no good, but the rebound for Sulphur Springs by Noah Perez.
Number 11.
Working it down low
That'll be
to Brady Giesland. And the foul on Sean Hall should be his second.
Number 11. That is his second. You're correct. We're having a lot more problem right now getting it across midcourt. We've got some substitutes in, so they hadn't had quite the playing experience to get groovy in here.
Giesland makes the free throw, has another shot coming. Both teams in the bonus now for the remaining minute in the third quarter here. Second shot is no good. Giesland with 13 points in the game. 58-40, an 18-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats come up with the rebound off the missed shot. Long pass down the floor for Gio Ibarra. Runner no good off the glass. And back up with the rebound for Sulphur Springs, Corbin Argenbright, and his shot is blocked.
It's a good job. We got it on the ball out, but we were definitely undersized in that little foray right there.
Substitute coming into the ball game for Liberty-Eylau. This is Barry Tatum, I think, into the game for the first time. And out of the game goes Devin Hall-Clark. Wildcats get it in. Gio Ibarra knifing inside. And Ibarra has the ball back now with a runner from 16 feet, no good. Gets his own rebound. Bouncer for Argenbright. Back up off the glass, no good. And Giesland gets the rebound and scores for Sulphur Springs from the basket.
That's some fight right there. All three of those young men are after that ball.
58-42, 16-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Missed shot. And the ball batted around inside, and Sulphur Springs comes away with the basketball with less than a second left to go in the period. And now the period comes to an end, 58-42. 16-point lead for Liberty-Eylau going to the fourth quarter. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Going to the fourth quarter, it's 58-42. 16-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Did they get that lead to 22 at some point?
I believe they did get up to that. Got that way, and then there's good action to get it back down respectable at the end of the quarter. I got a feeling we're going to have a wild and woolly fourth quarter because there's going to be a lot of action.
Well, no reason to think not because the first three quarters have been that way. Here's the shot from the near side. Is no good for Liberty-Eylau by Tyrese Harris. Wildcats back down the floor, and it's taken away by Anthony Marshall. I thought there might have been a traveling call there, Tony.
No, they'll give them a little bit here, and that was one of those long down-court passes, and you just don't realize the ground that LE can cover.
Leopards back on offense in the front court. We have a foul against Sulphur Springs. And this will go against James Johnson, and I have that as his fourth. Yep. kudos to the scoreboard crew here tonight for putting the fouls up on the board, and that is extremely helpful to the broadcasters. Inbounds play.
I think we might have had a charge that time.
Yeah, offensive foul.
Offensive foul. Good job of getting your position down low. I couldn't see who it was, but he wasn't one of the trees.
Caden Proctor driving inside there and assessed with the offensive foul. That is his third foul. Wildcats finally get it across the midcourt line. Mac Rawlinson back in the ball game, and there's his first bucket of the night. Really? Driving from the right side, Rawlinson.
Really hung in the air and let the big start down, and he was able to control it and scoop it in there.
58-44, lead is down to 14 for Liberty-Eylau. Leopards working the ball in the front court. We have a foul, and this will go against Sulphur Springs.
Number 3, I believe. I didn't think that was quite a foul. I thought we had pretty good position there.
I think that was Carter Arrington.
I don't know.
So that is his third.
Yep, number 2.
Yeah, Carter Arrington. That's his third foul.
We're playing a decent amount of players too, getting them some court time, seeing what we got and how our rotations need to be, which is what your early games need to be, getting ready for district.
58-44, it's a 14-point lead. James Johnson coming out of the game for Sulphur Springs. Gio Ibarra back in the ballgame. Inbounds play for Liberty-Eylau on the far side. In the corner it goes, and now way outside the three-point arc. Now they whip a cross-court pass, another cross-court pass into the corner, and the shot no good by Caden Proctor for 3. Wildcats on the rebound. Here comes Sulphur Springs. Gio Ibarra outside the three-point arc on the near side. Pass goes to Arrington and had it blocked. And now the Wildcats come up with the rebound, and there is Brady Giesland for Sulphur Springs. That gives him 16 points in the ballgame. 58-46, lead is 12. Sulphur Springs gets the ball back down the floor. There's Carter Arrington, who missed the first shot but got the second. Got his own rebound.
Great job. Nice run by the Cats. Down to 10 points.
Sulphur Springs has cut the lead to 10. At one point it was 22 for Liberty-Eylau. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Sulphur Springs has cut a 22-point lead down to 10 at 58-48 here in the fourth quarter.
A good job of we're going strong to the bucket. We're forcing the issue. We can't hang back. The clock will get us. And we're doing a really good job. They know that we've got the big down there in the middle, and we've handed him 2 or 3 layups in the last 4 minutes. And if we can keep doing that, that's the best shot you can get.
We missed telling you that James Johnson has fouled out for Sulphur Springs, sophomore guard. Coming to the basketball team off the football team, played in the defensive backfield and also a big contributor on the special teams. And he has made his presence felt here tonight.
And I'm sure you said it in the pregame when I wasn't here, but kudos to the football team for going 3 deep and representing Sulphur Springs very well.
Absolutely. 10-3, Wildcats' best football season since 2009. Now Liberty-Eylau with a 10-point lead. They walk it up the floor. Wildcats in a 2-3 zone now. Game has settled down a little bit on this possession anyway, as Liberty-Eylau much more deliberate. There's a man knifing in, takes the pass, but then kicks it back out. Way back outside they go. Bounce pass, knocked loose, but goes out of bounds and will belong to Liberty-Eylau on the baseline.
That going to the zone a little bit, that's a really nice way to get you guys a little bit of rest and help protect some foul trouble too. So we just got to be able to pitch back and forth on the man and the zone and how to get there.
Anthony Marshall will inbound on the baseline for Liberty-Eylau. Gets it in the corner, and now it's Sean Hall outside 5.5 minutes to go in the game. It's a 10-point Liberty-Eylau lead at 58-48. Double team in the corner for Sulphur Springs. Ball knocked away by Mac Rollison, but picked up for Liberty-Eylau. Of course, no shot clock in high school basketball. If you're wondering about that, Deverante Jackson has the ball on the near side. Now it is Anthony Marshall way outside for Liberty-Eylau. Marshall on the dribble. And a whistle, and I believe we have a foul inside.
24.
And this will be on Corbin Argenbright, and I have that as his first.
Okay. Score table agrees with you. That's nice to have that coming up. Really nice. We need to give the score table some kudos at the end of the game.
Inbounds play for Liberty-Eylau.
We just kind of went through him there. Forgot we'd changed from football to basketball.
Working the ball on the outside. This is on Mac Rollinson for Sulphur Springs. That is his fourth.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful to finish out the ball game, and we really need his leadership and scoring.
58-48. Now, Liberty-Eylau has held the ball here for more than a minute, have they not, Tony?
Yeah, they're right now in the mode of we'll let the clock run, and we don't have to score for another time or two.
Rollinson almost took it away for Sulphur Springs, but Liberty-Eylau retained possession. Now another foul.
On 2. Arrington.
This is Carter Arrington with his fourth foul. Now that is 5 in the quarter against the Wildcats, and so now Liberty-Eylau will go to the line on the bonus.
That's what they're playing for right now, is that they're going to get to score with the clock stop for the rest of the quarter. You got 4:38 left in every foul, so that's to their advantage, and they don't feel like they have to push it as much.
Deverante Jackson makes the first of the bonus free throws. Again, when you go to the bonus, you shoot 2.
Yep.
It's not 1 and 1. And you go to the bonus on the 5th foul of the quarter. Second shot, off the back iron, no good. 59-48, an 11-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Wildcats with the ball. Mac Rollinson on the drive. Into the paint. Ducks his shoulder, kicks it back outside. And a shot from way out there by Gio Ibarra, no good, but Rollinson the rebound, driving underneath the basket, and dishes to Brady Geisland, and Geisland banks it off the glass for the bucket. He has 18 points in the game, 59-50. The Wildcats cut the lead to 9. And knifing inside for Liberty-Eylau is Tyrese Harris. Shot was partially blocked there, and it goes back to Sulphur Springs over the baseline. So the Wildcats
got a chance to make this really interesting here.
Wildcats trail by as many as 22 points in this game. Ball taken away for Liberty-Eylau, but the Wildcats get it back. That's Gio Ibarra to Mac Rollinson. Rollinson with a nice dish to Corbin Argenbright. And it is 59-52, a 7-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. When they slowly walk it up the floor.
Yep, LE's going to milk the clock now. So if we can limit them to 1 shot each possession, maybe get some rebounds, this is a gettable game.
3:21 to go. Wildcats take it away on the cross-court pass, but it goes back to Liberty-Eylau as Wildcats could not control it. I believe that was Argenbright who nearly stole it. And it's Argenbright on the foul here. That's his second.
Good hustle by the Cats, so that was a long cross-court pass, and they nearly got it.
Deverante Jackson with the first shot of a 2-shot bonus here. Shot is good, gives him 5 points for the night. Coming out of the game for the Wildcats, Maddox Cameron, who had been in for a short time. 60-52. Second shot is no good, but getting the rebound on the missed shot is the man who took the shot there.
Timeout, LE. Good hustle by the Cats. That was kind of unlucky, but
Deverante Jackson got his own rebound. Sulphur Springs calls timeout. 60-52, an 8-point lead with 3:10 to go. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. 22-point lead a short time ago for Liberty-Eylau, but Sulphur Springs has cut that down to 8. with 3:10 to go in the game. Liberty-Eylau has the basketball on an inbounds play over on the far side. Deverante Jackson will get it in. And it's knocked loose by Mac Rollinson. Rollinson with the breakaway, and he scores.
Nice.
Rollinson makes it 60-54, a 6-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. And they walk the ball up the floor with Tyrese Harris. What a great play there by Mac Rollinson. Double team out near midcourt. And a whistle.
I think that one's going to be on 12, but I'm not sure.
I didn't see the foul indication.
Here. Rollinson, that's his 5th.
Yep.
That's a big foul.
Yeah, it's Mac Rollinson on his 5th foul there. He made a couple of big plays here for Sulphur Springs in the late going. Now coming over for a conference with head coach Tyler Mitchum right in front of us here. 60-54, and the first shot on the 2-shot bonus is missed. Sean Hall gets one more. Liberty-Eylau has not done a particularly good job of shooting free throws.
No, they've basically been a 50%er.
Second shot in and out. And the rebound to the Wildcats. On the rebound for Sulphur Springs, Corbin Argenbright. Play was stopped. I'm not sure what that was about, Tony. I don't believe there was a foul.
They out of bounds or didn't take it out correctly.
60-54. Sulphur Springs coming back up the floor. They work against the full court pressure and get it across the midcourt line with Gio Ibarra.
Tell you what, LE really traps out at the half court.
Three-pointer for Sulphur Springs.
All right.
And that is Corbin Argenbright on the 3.
3-point
60-57, a 3-point lead for Sulphur Springs, or for Liberty-Eylau. 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the ball game. Leopards have the ball in the front court.
Probably got a push foul in the corner.
Hard to see for us on the baseline, or actually on the sideline near the baseline.
Number 4.
Wildcat bench standing up. That's Maddox Cameron. And that will be his 4th foul. 60-57.
Now if we can miss both of these.
And he makes the first one.
All right.
Anthony Marshall, he is 3 of 3 on his free throws so far tonight.
This is a great job by the Cats. We want to come on back and win this, but to be down 22 against a quality team, this really shows some leadership.
Second shot, also good. Don't foul him.
He's got a good motion. We don't want him at the line. Who was that, 12?
Anthony Marshall, number 5.
5, okay.
62-57, 5-point lead with under 2 minutes to go. Again, the full court pressure. Trap at midcourt. Find the man open underneath. That is Giesland, and Giesland, a bounce pass is good to Maddox Cameron, and Cameron goes up and scores for the Wildcats to make it 62-59.
What a play. There was a lot of pushing going on, and the Wildcats were not going to be denied there. Good strong play with the ball, great feed, and went up strong.
Great feed by Giesland. Cameron was fouled and missed the free throw, and the ball out of bounds to Liberty-Eylau. 62-59.
Really good hustle. So try to get a good defense down here. You don't have to foul. The clock is not hurting us right now.
The foul was against, by the way, Anthony Marshall. That was his first. A minute and a half to go in the ball game. 62-59, 3-point Liberty-Eylau lead. Sulphur Springs has never led in this game. Liberty-Eylau got out to an 11-0 lead to start the game. They led by as many as 22 in the second half. Working the ball in the front court. There's a bounce pass. They connect there on the pass, and the basket off the glass by Zabrian Cooper is good. 64-59, 5-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. A minute 5 to go. Loose ball on the floor, knocked away by the Leopards. And they come back up the floor, but we have a traveling call against Liberty-Eylau, and the ball goes back to Sulphur Springs.
A little bit of helter-skelter. I think we got a timeout by LE now.
5-point lead for Liberty-Eylau, 64-59. A minute 1 to go. This is Wildcats basketball on KSST. Less than a minute to play. And Sulphur Springs down by 5. Wildcats trailed this game by 22 points. I'm not sure if that was in the third quarter.
Third quarter, yeah. It's probably about 3 or 4 minutes into the third quarter. LE got feeling good with themselves, shot a few outside, had a turnover or two, but the Wildcats have been relentless with their defense and their action.
So as we come back to play,
101. I didn't realize it was quite that late. So we're going to have a real barn-burning finish.
Wildcats have the ball. It'll be an inbounds play over on the far side, near midcourt. Sulphur Springs moving left to right. And Argenbright gets it in to Carter Arrington. Arrington across the midcourt line. Looks like a zone defense here for Liberty-Eylau. Arrington on the dribble. Goes to Gio Ibarra way outside. Under a minute to go. Wildcats got to put some points on the board. Here's Arrington knifing inside and scoring for Sulphur Springs.
Timeout Wildcats. What a play. They were really patient even with only 1 minute going. And Argenbright had some great body control and got up there and hid the ball from the LE and knocked it down.
64-61. A 3-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. They're going to have the ball here.
The bad thing is Wildcats have 3 fouls to give or 2 fouls to give before they put LE in the zone, in the shooting. So we really need to be aggressive and foul real quickly in the back court. We need to foul 2 times, then let them have the ball because they don't shoot till the 5th foul. Or no, that's us.
Right.
That's us. Forget everything I just said.
Liberty-Eylau is in the bonus. Wildcats are not. Liberty-Eylau has only 2 fouls here in the quarter.
So we'll see whether or not they're going to do that instead of letting us go down the way.
Right.
Great job by this early year Wildcat job, Wildcat men's basketball team.
Not a huge crowd here, but they are making a lot of noise now.
It's still early and the word's got to get out.
Liberty-Eylau has the ball. And that was almost a
it was close.
Situation where they threw it back to the man out of bounds, but I suppose it was not. Now 30 seconds to go. 64-61, 3-point lead for Liberty-Eylau.
Timeout LE.
Wildcats going for the steal. They had a man double-teamed over on the far side. 25 seconds showing on the clock.
LE coach could see that they were fixing to get out of control over there and caught.
Their head coach, by the way, is Tony Lehman. You ever had any contact with him?
I don't think that one registers in my years.
He's conferring with the folks at the scorers table right now. I'm not sure what he's
seeing how many he's got left, and he's got 1 and Sulphur Springs has none. So 25 seconds.
Timeout
is the only one that can stop it other than foul.
Right. Timeout you're referring to.
Timeout, yes. If the board is correct, and they've done a great job tonight.
Yes, they have.
Hopefully it is.
We're going to say our thanks to them on the way out this evening.
Absolutely.
Also to head coach Tyler Mitchum, who I think had something to do with that. So an inbounds play here for Liberty-Eylau. A 3-point lead, cut from 22 points. 25 seconds showing on the clock. Looks like the Wildcats are in a man-to-man defense. Inbounds play on the far side, and a whistle. And a foul called.
On 2, he was holding him as he was going. That's not usually called right then, and that's his 5th foul. I'm not sure about that one.
Carter Arrington, who had a spectacular basket here a short time ago. He fouls out.
That hurts us a little bit right there, and I'm a little disappointed with that call.
by the official.
Yes.
But keep in mind that Liberty-Eylau has had a hard time making their free throws here tonight.
Correct. That could work to our advantage.
So at the line here is this, if he's leaned over, I can't quite see.
Number 1.
Tyrese Harris, yeah. He has not shot a free throw tonight, and he makes the first one. Harris.
4-point game, 25.3 yet.
19 points in the game.
LE's taking everybody off of the free throw line, so they're working on defense.
Beg your pardon, 21 now, make it 20. He misses the second shot, so he has 21 points. 65-61, it's a 4-point game with 20 seconds to go. Wildcats up to the front court. Got to make a shot quick. Gio Ibarra drives inside and tries to dish it off for Brady Geisland, but it's taken away by Liberty-Eylau, and we have a foul with just under 10 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Yeah, number 10, Gio did a good job, but right now the ones that we're handing off to wasn't there. You go in right now, you got to take it up. Take a chance on a bucket or a foul. 9.8 seconds left, so this one looks pretty iffy, but a great effort.
The foul on Valentino Mubayed for Sulphur Springs, who is into the game for the first time tonight. And in and out the free throw.
I bet he makes the second one. They've gone 1 for 2 every time.
This is Caden Proctor, who also has not been to the free throw line before now. So he has a second shot in this bonus situation, and it is good. Yep.
1 for 2.
66-61, 5-point lead for Liberty-Eylau. Ball taken away as the Wildcats come back up the floor with less than 3 seconds to go, and there's the buzzer, and it's a 66-61 victory for Liberty-Eylau. But what a thrilling fourth quarter for Sulphur Springs.
Good comeback from the Cats, and this is a really learning experience in a losing effort. This is nothing to hang your hat on here.
Lost a game to a team that came in here 4-0 and now 5-0, and at one point led by 22 points, got out to an 11-0 lead to start the game, but the Wildcats stayed with it, didn't give up, and made a game of it in the fourth quarter.
Think about 11-0 and then down 22, and you end up at 5. That's a learning experience, a positive one.
So it's a 66-61 win for Liberty-Eylau tonight. We'll come back and wrap this thing up right after this on KSST. Wildcats lose 66-61. They outscored Liberty-Eylau 19-8 in the fourth quarter, but that comeback started late in the third quarter.
Mm-hmm. Just outstanding effort in this entire the whole game, but second half they were already behind and they really stuck with it.
Scoring for Sulphur Springs, this is unofficial. Carter Arrington with 13 points. Maddox Cameron had 2 late. James Johnson had 2 early. Mac Rollinson only had 4. His average last season was right around 14 points a game, so they could have done with more points from Mac Rollinson tonight. But 2 very big baskets there in the second half to help out in that comeback tonight. And he also fouled out, as did James Johnson in the game for the Wildcats tonight. Corbin Argenbright had 7 points for Sulphur Springs. Brady Geisland had a big night, 14 points for the Wildcats in the ball game. Luke Womack, 11 points, including a couple of spectacular dunks, one in particular. And let's see, it was Brady Geisland who had 18 points for the Wildcats this evening. I may have said, did I say he had 14? I have them all over the score sheet here. So Geisland, give him 18 points in the ball game. Brady Geisland.
He had a good game. He's going to be fun to watch. He's an old school traditional center, but he loves to block out and use his big body, and had that one feed on the dunk at the far end. I wish that had been down here where we could have seen it, because it was beautiful.
For Liberty-Eylau, gosh, I'm not even going to attempt this. It's just it's two.
They got 66 points.
They got 66, but their guys tonight, Tyrese Harris was their big gun, along with Zabrian Cooper, Those were the two leading scorers this evening for Liberty-Eylau. So they go to 5-0 for the season. Wildcats will be 2-2. Wildcats will be at the Edgewood tournament this weekend, starting Thursday actually. So they play Quinlan Ford at 3:40 Thursday afternoon. They play Kemp at 6:20 Thursday evening. They play Scurry Rosser at 11:40 Friday and Lone Oak at 5 Friday in the Edgewood tournament. And then the Lady Cats won their game in very impressive fashion tonight, 45-26 over Brook Hill, a private school out of Bullard. And the Lady Cats go to 9-2 for the season. Brook Hill 9-4. Lady Cats playing at the Edgewood tournament. No, I'm sorry, it is the Winsboro tournament. This evening or this weekend, 3:40 Thursday, they play Natchez, and then they will. Their other games in the tournament will be determined depending on how that game with Natchez goes, and then the others. Our next broadcast then will be Friday, December 13th, and that will be the Lady Cats versus Hooks here at Wildcat Gym. So we'll be looking forward to that, and keeping up with both the Cats and the Lady Cats as the season goes along. Listen to KSST News and Sports throughout the day as we give you updates on the Lady Cats, Wildcats, Cowboys, Longhorns, Aggies, all of them on KSST. So 66-61 tonight, the final, but a thrilling fourth quarter as Sulphur Springs cut a 22-point lead. At one point, was it down to 3?
3 points. I don't think we ever got to 2.
I believe it was down.
We got to 3.
Down to 3 points. And best thing about tonight is that Tony Flippin has been able to join us again. So we have
we'll
missed
see if I can walk to the car.
Very much, and looking forward to having you on the rest of the broadcast as we go along here this season. So again, the Wildcat boys lose to Liberty-Eylau 66-61. Lady Cats win over Brook Hill tonight 45-26. I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we say, let me give you your sponsors one more time. BT Medical, Sulphur Springs Dodge, Hooten's Hardware, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, City National Bank, Wesley House Assisted Living, Farm Country, Alliance Bank, and the University Interscholastic League. Thanks to all those folks, and we say goodnight from Wildcat Gym.